It's time to kick off those covers and welcome summer unofficially. It is the unofficial start to summer. It is Christmas weekend for summer lovers and sun seekers. May long weekend is here. Oh, yeah. Woo! It's finally livable. The sun is shining and the birds are singing. Oh, this is so wonderful. Yeah. Good morning. Oh, can you feel the joy? Can you feel the joy? Oh, God, remember the snow? Remember the wind chill? Remember the frost last night? Oh, yeah. I told the neighbor, good morning, ding dong, there's someone at the door. I told the neighbor, you're putting your plants in just a little early. And I look outside, we'll go to the webcam, and I'll show you. It looks like Casper and his friends are camped out on the front yard. I'm kidding. I don't want to freak my neighbor out. No cameras outside the beach bunker. Good morning. It's so nice to see you. Welcome into the beach bunker. I'm Tyler Glenn, and this is the Tyler Glenn Show, the show about food, fun places, and the mayhem of life. And in this part of the world, it's our first long weekend of summer. The Americans go next weekend with their Memorial Day, but up here, we get to go early. It is May long, Victoria Day long weekend. It is the unofficial start to summer. It's the big 2-4. It's how many other things can we call it? But it is finally, in my mind and a lot of people's mind, it's finally the fun time of year, the livable time of year, barbecues, camping, the beach, cabins, the lake. It's so much fun, and we are going to have a great show today, and I'm so glad that you're here to be part of it. We start with breaking news. The WestJet strike has been averted, so that's some good news to start the day. This happened just as we were coming on, actually, that the pilots and the head office, I guess you call it, or the airline, have come to an agreement right at the last moment here, and that is good news for travelers, although they had moved stuff around to make sure people could get to where they're going to want to go. I'm glad for Blair. Blair chimed in yesterday from Germany. I think he had a WestJet flight. I don't know if he was going to be able to get home. And so right at the last minute, but you know what? You got to hand it to the pilots. They know when to have a strike. There's so much in this country that's failing right now that if we had a May-long weekend, the start of the summer travel season, go to crap right out of the gate, I think there'd be a lot of upset people at the government, and there's so many people upset at them right now. They just can't afford it. So I'm sure the government had something to do with this to make sure that these guys and gals got back to work. The Airline Pilots Association had filed 72-hour strike notice. We know that, but they were set to walk out overnight. When I started putting the show together this morning, which is around 5 a.m. local time, there was not much on it, and everyone was just kind of taking a step back thinking, okay, we better prepare for some chaos at the airports. And it's good that we've averted that. So anyway, that is done. WestJet pilots are not going on strike, and now they've got to worry about putting the pieces back together. And if you work for WestJet, you're going to have a busy few days putting the pieces back together. Hey, let's go to chat and see who we've got. Good morning, Polar Bear and Tasha and Lindy. And who else we got in there? Jody. Good morning, Jody. You have a great long weekend, too. Uncle Bo is here, out from under his covers. Tasha, of course, and Connie and Kathleen, misbehaving. Sharon. Nice to see you, Sharon. And Nick is here. The sun's out, the birds are singing, bees are trying to get busy. Get busy, get busy. Cindy is here. Good morning, Cindy. Oh, and Trevor and C. Steele is here. Oh, we got a full entourage of sun seekers, and the sun is here. Next up, I'm going to show you what your long weekend is looking like. Here, this is direct from the horse's mouth. Have a look at this. We so deserve this. We so deserve sunshine and warm temperatures after the crappy spring we had. It could be worse. We didn't have any flooding, so that's good. We're not sandbagging. That's good. But there was snow and cold temperatures, and now we deserve sunshine. And even though there was a little bit of frost reported last night, and we're waking up to 1 lonely degree, we are going to have a gorgeous weekend. Take a look at this. Are your bags packed? Are you calling in sick? Boss, I don't feel well. I got the May-long weekend virus. And so anyway, we're going to see the best day to be at the beach, at the cabin, at the lake is 28 on Monday in the sunshine. So that is going to be a gorgeous day. It's going to be a great weekend. Enjoy it. Let's get rid of this frost that's in the area right now, and then we'll get back at it as we take a look outside. And can we do that? Where is that? Where are we? There we go. Let's take it. Oh, beautiful sunrise at Eli. Good morning, southern Manitoba. Look at that. Grass is green and the sky is blue and the sun is shining. And here comes the vitamin D. Bring on the vitamin D. So what do you have? Sun Seekers, big plans for the long weekend in chat. I'm asking you on Facebook as well, why you're excited about May long weekend, why you love it. What do you got going on? What has got you pumped about May long weekend? And if you're working this weekend, I do apologize. And we thank you for your service while the rest of us have some sun and fun. That's got to be hard, especially on a gorgeous weekend like this weekend. What you got going on? What you excited about? Come on, spill. Simple Jack. Oh, playing at the 40 tonight. Very good. So if you're in town, you're part of that right there. Go see WD Gin in action at the 40. Oh, Sharon's working. Yeah. It's a Caesar hangover weekend. Oh, that's awesome. So you can go see WD Gin. Derek, go play at the 40 tonight in Brandon if you're around. If you're one of those folks like Sharon that can't really get away too far from town because you got to be working, maybe you could spend a Friday night at the 40 and go see Derek. I'm sure it's going to be fun. 3 bands, including 1 touring act. Awesome. C. Steele's heading to the cabin at Clear Lake. Wonder what 10 Highway is going to be like north of Menadosa. What a gem of a highway that is, isn't it? You go from Brandon to Menadosa, and it's pretty good. They've given that some TLC, and then you hit Menadosa, and you might as well be going to Timbuktu. Oh my! They should just gravel that damn road over. But I haven't been up there. In all honesty, it's been a long time since I've been up to Erickson. Probably, well, since last fall. So unless they did some work over the winter, that number 10 is just junk. What a piece of junk! They're paving it right now. Oh, that's great. Well, that's good. Although, hopefully it doesn't cause any traffic tie-ups for you. They so needed to pave that road. Oh, I think I lost like 10 wheels over the last 10 years going up that road. Nick says, man, Clear Lake is going to be packed this weekend. You can bet. I think any resort community, provincial campgrounds, your, national park campgrounds, everything is going to be busy. What's not going to be busy is in town. Towns are going to be ghost towns, I'm thinking. And what's really going to be fun today is around 3:30, 4 o'clock this afternoon, trying to get out of town. It's going to be mayhem because we have some road construction going on, and everyone's going to be so jacked up, and the sun will be shining, and the tunes will be on the radio, and you can hear the cooler swishing in the back. All the ices in there with the cold beverages, and it's going to be chaos. It's going to be mayhem. And I just sit there in my front yard and just watch the traffic with my cold beers. Oh, yeah. Wait till they drop the speed limit to 30 kilometers an hour. Then you're really going to get out of here fast. Oh, boy. Oh, they are working. Yes, I've had a few people DM me and in chat say they're working on 10 north of Menadosa. So that is such good news. Again, I haven't been up there in a very long time. Usually I stop at Menadosa because my car actually won't let me drive any further than Menadosa. The road is just so bad. Oh, that's a bad road up there. But that's good to see that they're working on it. So we got some people working. We got some people at the lake this weekend. And what else we got here? May long weekend. Oh, Tasha's getting together with family. See that, Tasha. Gwen has got a big anniversary planned for this weekend. They got married on May 20th, so it's a weekend to celebrate the anniversary. So happy anniversary, Gwen and crew. Kathy's putting the garden in. I think you should be safe. Are you going to put plants in? Is this, I don't know. Something tells me that my mother-in-law always said wait till June. Like first moon in June. I don't know if that's a thing. First moon in June is when you should put your plant, because then you're guaranteed not to have any frost. I don't know. I just like to bug my neighbors. It's funny because every time I run into my neighbors, they like to go out and walk, and there's always a crappy forecast. So in the springtime, it was always, I'd see my neighbors, the neighbors who covered their lawn last night, and I'd see them, and then we'd get like a foot of snow. And then the snow would pass. I'd go for a walk with the dog and see my neighbors, and they would literally try to avoid me because it's like, we're avoiding you. Every time we run into you, it snows. And then the last time I saw them, I said, frost is coming. And they just said, okay, that's enough now. And sure enough, frost was coming. And I was really just pulling their leg. I was just trying to get under their skin, have some fun. So Derek says for his birthday yesterday, no one showed up in a bikini or a thong. You know why? We had a breakdown in the car, Derek. We were on our way. Picture this, a quarter-ton truck filled with bikini-clad women in the back. In the front of the car, two rather large men in their banana hammock thongs, kind of a la Borat, and we're all singing happy birthday to you as we're driving down the road, and we are going to Derek's place, and we had a breakdown on the side of the road. And so bikini clad women get out of the truck, we empty out the lawnmowers and such, and we pop the truck up, we change the tires, and by that time it was dark and we had to come home, and everybody had to be home. So that's the excuse. Is that a good excuse? Is it that we didn't show up? Spuds should be safe to plant. Anything underground should be okay for gardening. Cindy says, oh yeah, camping is open. It's time to partay. Chrissy doesn't have to work on Monday, so Chrissy's happy. And I like this one. PJ says it's an extra day to recover from a hangover. Yeah, no doubt about that. I think you're not the only one. I think there's some Caesars happening in chat. And maybe this morning, maybe right now, people are getting started with some Caesars. Blair says, as a former teacher, the rest of the year always goes by at warp speed. Talking to some teachers yesterday, kids are getting antsy. American kids are out today. This is the last day of school for our friends south of the border, so we could start seeing some American tourists coming this way. If you see them, that's likely why, because the kids are out of school today. So happy last day of school to our American friends. For us up here, we got another good month or so, but they're getting antsy. Colin's going skydiving. Oh, now that is some weekend plans. Jumping out of a perfectly good airplane. That's crazy. That is crazy. Misbehaving, got to stay sober for the next hours. Yeah, jumping out of a perfectly good airplane. What'd you do this weekend? Well, I filled my pants with poo. Well, how'd you do that? Well, I jumped out of a perfectly good airplane. Which is why I lost my voice. I was screaming bloody murder all the way to the ground. Roulette's going to clean my house and hang out with family. I'm boring. No, you're doing what you have to do. But you know what you need to do is, if you're going to do house cleaning for May long weekend, you got to be part of the Caesar Club. Am I right, Sunseekers? You got to have a Caesar on the counter, tunes on the stereo, maybe some Amazon music playing, commercial free, and it's absolutely free if you are a subscriber to Amazon Prime, which you probably are. Little plug for Amazon. Yeah, you put the tunes on, get your Caesar going, and you open the windows up, and you're going to clean the house, and you know what? It's just going to go by really fast. And then there's Tracy, who is working, and she says, it means nothing to me because I work every long weekend except for Christmas. That is so sad, especially in this part of the world, Tracy. Like, God, we wait for this. I live for this. This is Christmas for me. I like this time of year. This is where I love living here. I have no complaints. And I'm going to be in my happy place until, well, pretty much Halloween now. And then I get into grumpy mode and we all start kind of whining. And the sun seekers become the sun drinkers and the Bailey's in the coffee. Nobody's gonna know, says Cindy. Bailey's in the coffee. Okay, just a quick couple of reminders. Thanks again. Speaking of Amazon, just a few minutes ago, I was talking about Amazon. Thank you again before the long weekend hits to those who have linked their Amazon Prime to their Twitch account. It helps yours truly. Got Dizzy some birthday treats yesterday, and that is because of you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Oh, I got a picture in case you missed it. There he is, enjoying his little birthday cookie. Now, he is doing this all by himself. We had him on the show yesterday, and he's able to stand on his own. He does this all the time when there's food. It's hard for me to show in the beach bunker because there's just not enough room, and I don't have the camera set up. But maybe we'll take some videos sometime. But he whenever there's food, he just sits on his bum, and it's such a great party favor. People come over to visit, and they're like, "Oh my God, your dog sits on his butt." He does. He does when there's food, and then he put his hand on the table, and he's like, "Yeah, I want to take a picture."
Happy birthday to me. Thank you for the birthday greetings. Thank you for the birthday greetings, everybody. Love from Dizzy. Thank you. Thank you.
And so he scarfed that thing down. So anyway, I appreciate that. Thank you so much for connecting your Amazon Prime to your Twitch account and then hitting subscribe. Because not only does that help me get little cookies for Dizzy, but it gives you ad-free viewing. And guess what news broke overnight? You'll never guess. YouTube is changing. You heard correct. Remember how the ads were skippable? How you'd put YouTube on and go, ugh, and then... Well, they're getting rid of that. So welcome back to conventional television. Except it's on demand. You get to click and watch videos that you want. But every time you click on YouTube, or almost every time, or expect this. So don't freak out if you can't skip past the ad, because that's by design. They just sent out a release overnight. Kind of buried it in long weekend news. By the way, we're going to be running commercials. Have a good long weekend. Now, if you link your Amazon Prime to your Twitch account on this show, no commercials. And that's when you know that your subscription is up, your free subscription, because you're already part of Prime, right? And that's when you know that you just got to hit subscribe again, because all of a sudden you're going to start seeing ads play in your feed. Just connect it. Ads go bye-bye. It's that easy. But yeah, YouTube, nicely done, YouTube, putting some unskippable ads now. And they're saying they're going to use AI to make sure that the ads are targeted to the appropriate audiences. That's one of the best parts of YouTube, is that you could watch something and then just skip right through the ads, right? But anyway, expect that next time you're on YouTube, maybe as early as this weekend. Again, I thank you for connecting those two accounts. Before we go and we move everything on over to Twitch at twitch.tv/Tyler Glenn Show. Oh, Kathleen wants to know, what's the box that Dizzy unwrapped? Actually, that was at Christmas time. But he unwraps everything. He is an unwrapping dog. Apparently, that's quite common with dogs. Some people had DM'd me yesterday and said that, and actually sent some video and pictures of their dogs unwrapping presents too. But Dizzy is amazing at it. In fact, we don't open any presents in our house anymore. Our dog does it. And he doesn't bite the wrapping off. He literally paws on it and rips it and bites a little bit. But he is a professional present opener. The best of which was Christmas 3 years ago, when he got a stuffed toy for Christmas and we all let him open his own present. And it was a long, looked like a centipede type stuffed toy. And he opened it up and he sniffed it and he jumped on the back of it and he took it to town. And it was Christmas, and the Christmas music is playing. Joy to the world. There goes Dizzy on the back of his toy. Only time that he's ever done that. Never been bad with people's legs, other dogs, nothing. It was at Christmas time. Holy music is playing in the living room, and my dog is attacking his new toy. True story. But we all laughed because it was terribly inappropriate timing. We all just looked at each other like, we've never seen our dog do that. Holy cow. He truly loves his gift. He is taking his gift to town. All right. This is awkward Christmas moments. Kathleen says Cat Marley does it too. Yeah. So before we have to go to twitch.tv/Tyler Glenn Show, I got to let you know about some of the stuff we're talking about today. AI takes on Ferris Bueller. Had this sent in to me. Thank you so much, QD. It's kind of a fun thing to play on a Friday of a long weekend. If you're a fan of 80s movies, it's a fun little bit. Camping hacks from TikTok. When money is no object, where would you stay? We're the show about food, fun places, and the mayhem of life. For the ultimate in luxury, we're going to take you on a tour of some of the richest and most expensive hotels you could ever stay at. If you're into glamping as opposed to camping, that's kind of like me and not much for setting up the camper. Maybe you're staying in a hotel. These hotels are off the charts. We'll never be able to stay there. Even if we win the lottery, they're so expensive. And we're also going to talk about that AI co-host. I'm going to need your help. Remember we were going to name my AI? Remember we were asking the AI some questions, and we need to give AI a name because this was all started by Twebster when he asked if lasagna was a sandwich. It's kind of a defining moment in this show when Twebster says, "Is lasagna a sandwich?" And none of us knew. And we had to ask AI, and AI said, "No, it is not a sandwich. However, hot dogs are debatable," and then gave us this giant explanation. And then we're leading on AI a little bit more, so we're going to name the AI machine. And then this way we can, while we're doing the show, we can say, why don't you just ask Bob or Sue or whatever we decide to name it. Qbert. Okay, so I got to write some of these down. Qbert from the 80s video game. Okay, so there he is, the guy that inspired all this. Trev Webb. Qbert is the first name out of the gate here. Okay, and before we have to run and say goodbye, I wanted to show you some mayhem. I don't like leaving on a sad note. It's not really sad, but it's kind of disturbing. We've got a fight broke out outside Dodger Stadium. What's going on with people? We had the fight at Disney World this week, the fight at Dodger Stadium, and this was a giant tiger in Winnipeg. These people, this was mayhem at Giant Tiger in Winnipeg because some people were trying to leave without paying for their groceries, which is a big no-no. And it looks like, staff are trying to intervene here. And they're trying to hold back the cart. And they're like, no. What are you doing? What are you... This is crazy. This is crazy. Oh, man, they're falling all over. It's mayhem. Absolute mayhem. And then they're trying to get them out of the store. Leave the stuff and just get out of the store. And apparently this is happening more and more and more. Uh-oh. She better not have any kind of weapon or anything like that. I should have really watched this whole thing the way through. Oh, and let's, I think I'll take this Bob Marley picture, too. Yeah, right off the display. I think I'll take it right off the display and... No, maybe I'll throw it at you, and then finally you'll give up and we'll be able to leave with our stuff. Like, just absolutely disgusting. Despicable. I mean, we saw this happen at liquor stores, and then look what happened. They locked everything down, and now... I need to have a blood test to go buy a bottle of tequila, for God's sake, because there's so much security. And now, this does not happen in all stores in Winnipeg, and this is not just a Winnipeg problem. I mean, we got Giant Tiger stores all over the place. It's not just a Giant Tiger problem either. But just, be cautious. Folks are insured. Kudos to the staff. They tried, and you can only be reasonable for a certain period of time before you put your own safety at risk. And we want you to be safe, okay? Be safe this weekend. Use the noodle. Don't drink and drive. Be careful with the fire pit. Be careful with your boozing and whatever else you're going to consume this weekend. Be fun, but most importantly, be safe, because this is the start of many long weekends to come, right? Okay, so be safe. Have fun. Enjoy your long weekend. There is no show Monday. We will be back on Tuesday, okay? Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. Don't forget about me. Don't you forget about me. Okay? So Tuesday, 7 a.m., we'll do this all again on the Tyler Glenn Show, the show about food, fun places, and the mayhem of life. We are moving the party over to Twitch, TikTok. Have a great long weekend, okay? We appreciate you being here. And as for... everybody else on social media, likewise, be safe, have fun. Please don't forget about me. It's been so much fun this week.